And welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Throwdowns, our near weekly segment where the Technodrome gets to decide what is best, what is worst, who is right, and who is wrong. All right, this week we got a fun topic, something I feel like maybe we have a little bit more of a connection with because we kind of went to school with this man's son, and we saw him in person at our own graduation. But the man I may be referring to is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Bill Murray. And I think you guys can appreciate him just as much as I appreciate him. And yes, that is true. We went to school with his son, and I don't know, we were about, 5, 10 feet away from him at some point. I don't know. Did either of you guys snag a picture of him when you were at graduation or no?
I did not. No, I didn't. I saw him from afar, but that was about it.
Yeah, just the mental image. He was one of my favorite actors growing up, so it was like, he's at our graduation. This is nuts. I walked past him when he was having a conversation. I heard him talking, not what he was talking about, but yeah.
It's just cool. I can't right there.
Can't claim to know who his son was, and I didn't associate with him. I didn't have any classes with him or anything, but yeah, Bill freaking Murray was at our graduation.
Amazing. I just know that his son came in like maybe a week before graduation to pay some late fees on some overdue library books. And if he didn't pay those, I don't think he would have graduated. It's only like a couple dollars, but still, I can always say that I did that. But anyway, let's get into it. So we are going to discuss our favorite Bill Murray movies. And, he's mostly done, more of the comedic route, even though he's gotten into some more serious roles a little bit later in his life for certain films, but I thought we'd start off with kind of going over our favorite ones and then leave a little bit of time at the end to maybe discuss and battle and, disagree on our choices. But I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. Let me get my gong ready here. I have it set over here. All right.
It's a big gong.
I upgraded. They had a special.
That's what she said.
Nice.
To my own soundboard sounds. But I'm going to throw this over to Scales. All right, Scales, what's your favorite? Your favorite?
Oh man. All right. So there was two that I've been debating all day. So I'm going to just go with the one that I thought of first, which is the legendary Ghostbusters.
Yes. There you go.
Maybe the one
we saw, we kicked its ass.
That's right. They kicked all those ghosts and ghouls' asses all over New York City. Just a great childhood memory of Ghostbusters. Obviously, it was much more than a movie, but today we're talking about the movie itself and Bill Murray's impact on it. His cynical nature in this movie, like, it's just like, as a kid, you probably didn't understand how funny this guy was, but going back and watching it now as an adult, and the guy's hilarious, and the whole Ghostbusters franchise, it's amazing. His interactions with the other Ghostbusters and with Sigourney Weaver, just classic. Just one of my all-time favorite movies and my favorite Bill Murray role, Ghostbusters.
Good choice.
So good.
Good choice. All right, Cass, what you got?
Well, since Scales picked Ghostbusters, he made my choice really easy. What about Bob?
Ooh,
nice.
Excellent.
What about Bob? Even trying to go between the two, I think I would have picked What About Bob anyway, because Ghostbusters is more than a Bill Murray movie to me. It's just everything about it is so good. But What About Bob is like the quintessential Bill Murray performance. He's just so wacky, so off the wall. He's like, he's the one who's completely nuts, and Richard Dreyfuss's character is the one who seems like such an asshole, but he's right the whole time. But because Bob is somehow so likable and all the other people around Richard Dreyfuss are kind of crazy, he finds his way into everybody's hearts. But man, that movie is so funny. I have a shirt my friend Cliff got me that's got Bill Murray's face on it here with the life vest from when he's sailing. Nice. Yeah, it's a movie I quote a lot. Like anytime I've been on a boat, I'm like, I sail. I'm a sailor now. Ahoy! I really want to get that "Don't Hassle Me" on local shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that movie ever since I was a kid, especially the scene when he's giving Richard Dreyfuss the Heimlich, jumping on his back. Oh, so good.
Nice. Excellent choices so far, gentlemen. I'm going to go with a role that maybe he wasn't the main actor for it, but I just feel like he played, this character to the T. It's, I think an essential 80s movie. There's some other great actors in there, Rodney Dangerfield, Chevy Chase, and I'm talking about the movie called Caddyshack. And
Yes, sir.
I love that
Awesome.
movie just like beginning to end. It's phenomenal. It's quirky. It's, just like, Rodney is, in my opinion, his finest, other than, Back to School, which is another one of my favorites. But we can get into that another time. But yeah, Bill Murray plays kind of the groundskeeper. He just plays that, he's searching essentially and, trying to clean up the grounds and get the evil, the mole or the groundhog or whatever. Gopher, thank you. And essentially on the mission to destroy that, but he's just the way he talks, the way he interacts, he's creepy, looking at the old women while they're golfing and all that stuff. And I don't know, he's just it's funny. That was a stellar cast, and I don't know, I thought that was one of my more favorite roles for him.
Got it. How often? I mean, I very often say, "So I got that going for me," which is nice. Whenever you say though, "So I got that going for me," you have to hope that whoever you're around is going to fill in the, which is nice.
No,
I'm
that's a
like
good
one.
one.
It's usually happens like 1 out of 50 times.
No, that's I don't know. That's my personal favorite. I know he's not really the main star in that one, but that's just when I think of Bill Murray, that's one of the first ones that pop into my mind, other than the two that you guys have already mentioned.
Yeah.
But yeah, we basically have just cleared that 5-minute mark here. I am going to put 2 more minutes on the clock, and I thought we could have like a little open debate here on maybe our choices or some honorable mentions of some other ones that maybe you didn't get to talk about yet. We'll go in reverse order here. So, Cass, what do you got? Any comments or any other ones you want to talk about?
Caddyshack, great, of course, and like you said, not a starring vehicle for Bill Murray necessarily, but his presence is definitely important, and makes the movie better. The thing with Bill Murray is that he's so wacky in real life too. Like he's very unpredictable. I know on What About Bob, he and Richard Dreyfuss did not get along at all. Ghostbusters
Showed really well in that movie.
oh yeah, it helped. Ghostbusters, it's like pretty much urban legend that Bill Murray improvised 90% of his dialogue in that movie. He definitely improvised quite a bit, but it's nobody really knows what was in the script, what did he say. Just great performances. That is his timing, his delivery is so unique and so pitch perfect in every role. Even in his lesser movies, they're still going to be funny. If I were to give an honorable mention other than Ghostbusters 2, of course, it would be Groundhog Day.
I was going to mention that too. Yeah, that was another good one.
Yeah.
Scales, what do you got? Anything else?
Yeah, I'll mention another one I was debating between. I think I mentioned on our Christmas episode is Scrooged. I watch it every Christmas, and I watch it because Bill Murray is amazing in Scrooge.
Classic.
His one of his classic roles, and he's such a douche in that movie, but he ends up redeeming himself and becoming a likable character at the end, even being an asshole the whole 2 hours. So it just goes to show you his acting chops. It's just you can root against him, and then he can flip it on you really quick.
Oh yeah,
that might be when his hair was at its most ridiculous too.
Yeah, it was pretty ridiculous.
Floppy. I don't even what do you even call that?
You call it the Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to agree with you on the Groundhog Day. That was
I have been stabbed, shot, poisoned, frozen, hung, electrocuted, and burned.
It's just one of those ones that's like there's a lot of like lines to it you can quote, and he just did a really good job in that. And I also have to say, What About Bob probably has one of my most favorite lines from Bill Murray when he was in he was essentially kind of put into the psych ward, and he's kind of making friends with all the help there, and he's reciting poetry essentially, and he's like, roses are red, violets are blue, I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I always I always laugh at that one, but it just gets me every time. But yeah, Bill Murray, instant classics with all of these. Any little final words before we head off into the sunset here, guys?
I love Coke. I do want to say, so even though I lived in New York most of my life and was a huge Ghostbusters fan, I never saw the Ghostbusters Firehouse. And I was in the city in December, and we're downtown and wanted to go past it, but like it wasn't really in the vicinity. And then like 2 months ago, I was driving through the city to get to Brooklyn, and was going through an intersection. I looked left. It's like, I was to the tail. I was like, oh shit! I was like, it's the Ghostbusters Firehouse. Like, I had no idea where it was, but it's got the big logo on the outside. So that was awesome. That was like a,
That's awesome.
Okay, cool.
That's great.
All right.
Yeah, I got one more little tidbit.
Okay.
We mentioned how we went to school with Luke Murray, who's Bill Murray's son, and Luke Murray now is a assistant coach for the UConn Huskies men's basketball team. And when I was watching a game earlier in the beginning of the season, they were playing a tournament in might be the Bahamas, or it's called the Battle for Atlantis, and it happens around Thanksgiving time. So of course families probably go visit, and of course they kept showing Bill Murray in the crowd was there with his son. So it was cool, like watching the UConn games. He'll see Bill Murray there. Yeah.
Very cool. A little tidbit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job, guys. This was fun. We could definitely dive into more. We could do a whole episode on Ghostbusters. Hint, hint.
Yes.
And I think we will.
Yeah. A lot to cover there.
We could do a whole episode on Richard Dreyfuss. We could do a whole eepisode on Rodney Dangerfield. I mean, and possibilities are endless here. But I do know one thing.
Always love chocolate.
Okay, that's good.
It's true.
But we're going to end it right there, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Comment, let us know what your favorite Bill Murray is, what you guys think about our choices, if you agree or disagree. If you disagree, we don't really care. No, we do. We do. Give us ideas for next episodes, anything you want us to cover. We are open for, availability to do any of that for you guys. Follow us on all forms of our social media on TikTok and Instagram. We are, again, on Spotify. We're on Apple. Listen to us if you can't watch us, which I know it's something, so you can listen to our voices. But tune in next time, and I'm sure we'll have something else excellent and amazing for you. But until then, bye.
See ya.
Let's show this prehistoric bitch how we do things downtown.